Nippon Hoso Podcast Station.
Today we are continuing with Yuri on ice. So today's phrase is actually from Russian Yuri. ユリオ。はい。俺はこの容姿でいられる時間が短いんだ。今利用できるもんは全部突っ込んで、絶対勝つ。So in English, I only have a short window before my body changes. I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now to win. Just go have fun no matter what happens. Like, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. That's the phrase they would use a lot. It's not the end of the world. 世界の終わりじゃないからみたいな感じで私のアメリカのコーチたちは押し出してくれてたんですけど、日本人のコーチの方はなんか結構プレッシャーかけられました。だって今37話だよ。3話で止まってるってことは自分のこの青さんのお便りが読まれたっていうのも気づくのもいつ4年後とかですか怖すぎるんですけど、青さんの知り合いの方がいたらぜひ教えてあげてください。37話で読まれてるから早く行ってって。Anime English Club with Sal Yamaki。
最後ナイスボール。
ここは東京都内にあるどこかのブルペン。野球が大好きなバッテリーズが今日もブルペンで投げ込んでいます。日本放送ショーアップナイター60周年。バッテリーズの東京ブルペン。ラジコポッドキャストで配信中。
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 37 of the Anime English Club. I'm your host, Sal Yamaki. 今週もよろしくお願いします。メールが届いてます。We've got mail. まず、青命がけのサーファーさんからありがとうございます、青さん。サリタン、こんにちは。こんにちは。この番組で真剣に勉強しすぎて、実はエピソード3で止まっています。ほよ。サリタンの話している英語をすべて書き出し、日本語訳も書いて、知らない英単語を違う意味も調べてってやっていたらいつの間にかエピソードが更新されていました。次のエピソードはワクワクしながら聞きたいので、ちゃんと聞き取れるようになったら次に行こうと思っていたのですが、ネタバレになるけど、先に新しいエピソードを聞いてから過去に戻って勉強するか、それともどんどん次を聞いた方がいいのか悩んでいます。どうしたらいいか教えてください。いや、この番組ネタバレとかないですよね。続いてないので1話完結系番組ですので、ネタバレとかないので全然続いていいのと、正直本当に、この番組を全部書き出さない方がいいと思います。っていうのも、この番組はですね、一言一句教科書英語です。これが正しい、聞いてくださいとかじゃなくて、気持ち的には、なんだろうな、ずっと聞いてたら、耳に英語が馴染むから、逆に毎週聞いてたら、あれ？この言葉先週も聞いたことあるかも、みたいな感じな軽い気持ちで先週聞き直してみて、やっぱりこのフレーズ先週も入ってた。このフレーズだけでも聞き取れるようになったとか。だから、赤ちゃんと一緒ですよね。皆さんは。赤ちゃんは別になんか今話されたこと全部わかるわけじゃないですけど、毎日なんか聞いてるからどんどん、その音に慣れてくみたいな感じなので、この番組では本当に、覚えて帰るボキャブラリーは本当フレーズでピックアップするボキャブラリーだけでもいいぐらいで、他のところはなんか聞いてテンション感とか、なんか本当メロディーだけでも耳で聞き取れやすい、なんか一個一個の単語、英語って結構つながって聞こえると思うんですけど、よーく聞いてたらちゃんと一個一個の言葉割って話してるな、みたいなのが、どこでフレーズが止まるのかとかっていうのも、耳が慣れてくると思うので、そんな感じで聞いてくれたら嬉しいなって思います。文字起こししてくれてるのはとても嬉しいんですけど、YouTube で文字起こしされてます。はい。なので全然手動でやらなくても大丈夫です。青さん、ぜひ最新話も聞いてください。だって今37話だよ。3話で止まってるってことは自分のこの青さんのお便りが読まれたっていうのも気づくのもいつ4年後とかですか怖すぎるんですけど、青さんの知り合いの方がいたらぜひ教えてあげてください。37話で読まれてるから早く行ってって。はい。ということでありがとうございます。では、 let's dive into today's episode. Today, we are continuing with Yuri on Ice. So Yuri on Ice is an original anime series created by Mitsuru Kubo and Saya Yamamoto, which started airing in October 2016. The story begins when world champion figure skater Victor suddenly appears before Yuri Katsuki, who was considering retirement after a major defeat, and offers to become his coach. With Victor's love and guidance, Yuri regains his confidence and, while deepening their bond as a student and coach, takes on the world and rivals like the young Russian prodigy Yuri Plisetsky, aiming for a gold medal in the Grand Prix final. In our last episode, we looked at a line from the very, very beginning of the story and learned the expression never fails to so-and-so, and also talked a bit about figure skating, my personal experience as a figure skater. Hi. Looking at Yuri on Ice, I feel like in the past episode I might have talked about this, but Victor told Yuri, because Yuri can't afford Victor's lessons yet, he'd be like, oh, you can pay me back later when you're successful. A lot of those things does actually happen in the figure skating community or the figure skating world. So because I've said in the previous episode, figure skating costs a lot of money. There are many families who can no longer continue on with the sport, no matter how talented their child is. So they would tell their coach that they have to quit because of financial issues. But if the coach sees potential in that student or in their student, they would actually teach their students for free. And have I ever told you guys the story about how I almost got money taken from me when I first came to Japan? 詐欺にあったお話、詐欺に遭いかけた話ってしましたっけ? So when I first came to Japan, and I was taking a lot of voice acting auditions, I remember in front of this one very big agency, there was this person that wasn't a part of that agency, but they were trying to take money from potential students, and I got caught by one of them, and they were like, hey, you don't have to take this audition from now on. I'll let you into this agency if you pay me like $10,000, I think. And at that point, I didn't think it was weird at all. I thought that was what the entertainment industry was. But the only reason why I didn't end up paying $10,000 was because I was so used to the figure skating world and people not having to pay money if the coach saw potential in the child. So when the person from the so-called agency, he wasn't a part of it, but he said he was, when he was like, hey, you have so much talent, I'll let you in this agency if you pay $10,000. I was like, what do you mean I have to pay money to go in? Like, no, if you really see talent in me, even if the other students have to pay $10,000, you would tell me that you'd let me in for free. So I was like, no, I don't think you see my true potential. And I left. And then later on, I found out that that was actually a 詐欺師。詐欺師って英語でなんて言うんでしょう？ポスターちょっと違います。ちょっと違いますね。詐欺師。英語。Con man, a swindler. なんかそういうことですよね。So like a con man. Yeah, so I got caught by a con man. But yeah, my pride was like, no, if you're not going to let me into this agency for free, I don't think you need me in your agency. But yeah, so I think in the last episode I said I connect to Yuri Katsuki, but based on that story, I think I connect to the Russian Yuri more. I'm like, no, I can do better. But anyway, yeah, so what was I talking about? But yeah, so Victor offers to coach Yuri for free at that point, you know, until he gets money. But yeah, so that literally is how the figure skating world, or I feel like that's how it is for any like talent-based industry. You know, if you have talent, you wouldn't have to pay money, you know? Like if people believe, if there's somebody there that believes you have talent and believes that you can give them back the money with your potential, like your future potential, yeah, you wouldn't have to pay money. So 皆さん頑張ってください. Anyway, let's dive into today's phrase. So today's phrase is actually from Russian Yuri. Yuri を。はい。俺はこの容姿でいられる時間が短いんだ。今利用できるもんは全部突っ込んで、絶対勝つ。So in English, I only have a short window before my body changes. I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now to win. So this line is from episode 4. We see Yuri from Japan, now with world champion Victor as his coach, starting to practice for the Grand Prix finals. At the same time, we have Yuri from Russia, or Yurio, who wants to win the competition to bring Victor back to Russia. And for his free skate program, Yurio's choreography is handled by Lilia, a former prima ballerina of the Bolshoi Ballet. Am I pronouncing that right? Bolshoi. It's not English, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Bolshoi Ballet. And he resolves to use every bit of his current charm to win the competition. So if I do recall correctly, Yurio is 15 or 16? He's around that age. Yeah, your body changes so much. I remember, they say practice makes perfect. However, figure skating is very different. A lot of the times, even if you can do a triple when you're 12, once your body changes at 15 and 16, no matter how much you practice, like you can't do a triple anymore. And I've experienced that a lot. But yeah, so I understand where Yurio is coming from in this scene. はい。It is a very, なんて言うんですかね。Like your physique is also very important in figure skating as well. Like literally 500 grams changes so much in your body. Like even, so a lot of the times figure skaters, they would watch what they eat from like maybe 3 days before the competition. I remember, I would cut out all my carbs 2 days prior to competition. And then on competition day, I would eat a ginormous, rice ball so that I would get the punch of carb energy. I don't know if that worked, but yeah, it was passed down from my coach. But yeah. Anyway, so let's look at the vocab. 今回のセリフを深掘りしていきたいと思います。The vocab I really wanted to focus on this week is actually this phrase, short window. So 短いチャンスという比喩表現というか、So short window, Yuri's saying, I only have a short window before my body changes. So a certain period of time ですね。I only have a short window before I have to graduate, being an idol, or idols only have a short window before they have to really make it in this industry とかなんかもう短い時間、短いチャンスしかないんですっていうのを short window もう物理的になんかちっちゃい窓しかもうここにしかはまらないぐらいのちっちゃい隙間しか空いてないんですみたいなんかそれぐらいちょっと今切羽詰まってるんですみたいな感じの表現として short window を使ってください。はい。Next is be going to or verb or 〇〇するつもりだ or 〇〇してやるっていう強い意志ですね。So I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now to win. So how is I'm going to and I will different? I'm going to, I will. I feel like it's the same, isn't it? I'm going to, I will. I will take advantage of everything I can right now. I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now. 一緒に感じるな。ちょっと違いますか? I don't know if this is correct, but to me, I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now. I'm going to sounds a bit more like you're literally going to take action right now. Like I'm going to take advantage of everything. And then I will sounds a bit more in the future. Like, yeah, I will take advantage of this. So, yeah. So I will sounds a bit more in the future, whereas I'm going to sounds very in the moment ですね。はい。そうですね。近いか遠いかですね。でも気持ちの入れようは一緒だと思います。だから、今、やります。なのか、やります。な感じのぐらいの違いですね。はい。Next is, take advantage of 〇〇。そう、何かを最大限に活かす。何かを利用する。ですね。I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now. Or, you can also say like, oh, I was taken advantage of. とも言えますね。なんか、利用されたみたいなことを I was taken advantage of. だから、taken advantage of 〇〇じゃなくて、taken advantage of 〇で止めることもできます。I felt like I was taken advantage of みたいな。なんか利用された気持ちになったみたいな感じで使うこともできるし、let's say, so I started the anime English club. I'm going to take advantage of this to really further everybody's English understanding skills. みたいな. Or you guys can be like, I'm going to take advantage of the anime English club and further my understanding of English. みたいな. もう本当何かを利用するって時に take advantage of, like take advantage of the situation みたいな感じですね。次 everything I can. So this is a shortened form of everything that I can. Everything I can. Everything that I can right now. でも everything that I can も everything I can もどっちも正しいので使えますね。はい。This submission is common, especially when words like everything, something, anything, or all come before it. So, yeah, everything. So I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now would be literally everything in front of you. But if you switch it to something, I'm going to take advantage of something I can right now. Something はもう何か利用できるものがあれば利用する。Everything はもう全部利用する。で、anything はもう利用できるものはするみたいな。何でもいいからみたいな感じの。everything 全部。something は何か。で、anything はどれでも、もう何でもいいみたいな。全部利用する。みたいな感じですね。make sure you don't mix up everything and anything. It kind of does sound the same if you say it fast, like everything, anything. But yeah, it's very different. All right, so let's look at the pronunciation. またフレーズを日本語で言うと、ゆりおが、俺はこの容姿でいられる時間が短いんだ。今利用できるもんは全部突っ込んで絶対勝つ。So in English, I only have a short window before my body changes. I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now to win. One more time. I only have a short window before my body changes. I'm going to take advantage of everything I can right now to win. Hi, so pronunciation tips. Take advantage of. I'm going to take advantage. Advantage が難しいですね. That's so much in your mouth. Advantage. If you can say advantage, you could probably say bandage as well. Bandage はバンデードですね。まあ、advantage も皆さん多分アドバンテージって言いたくなると思うんですけど、vantage. どんな感覚だろう advantage. なんで言えるんだろうadvantage. So I think the hard part, advantage, you don't have to say advantage, even though it's a THG. Pretend to switch the tage into a I. So advantage. I に変えてください、最後の英字を。だから、advantage instead of advantage. Advantage. Tage ですね、tage. I に変えてください。take advantage of. And everything. Emphasis on the V. Everything. Everything. もちょっとちっちゃいつ入れる感じ。 everything って感じですね。take advantage of everything ちょっと意識だけでもちょっとちっちゃいつ入れて V も一番発音のトップに持っていくのが V だから一番筋肉使うのが V にしてください everything ですね。はいわかりましたか皆さんわかんなかったらメールくださいね。はい。
アニメイングリッシュクラブ with サリー・アマキ。
Now looking on the cultural context, in Yuri on Ice, we see a contrast between Yuri from Japan, who often lacks self-confidence, and the international skaters who seem to have absolute belief in themselves. There's even a scene where Yuri's coach Victor says he doesn't understand why Yuri lacks confidence. Hi. This, I feel like what Victor says also I don't know if this is a cultural difference. I just feel like Victor doesn't understand just because, Victor's really talented and he just doesn't mess up. So he's like, I don't understand what the big deal is. But culturally speaking, I used to take figure skating lessons both in Japan and in America. But the coaches, how they teach is very different. So coaches in America, so back in my home rink, they would praise whatever you did. Like, even if you mess up, they would try to focus on the good parts. Like, even if I fall on a jump, they'd be like, okay, you fell, but that's only because, your position in the air was like this, but let's look on the bright side. Like, they would try to look on the bright side of things. Whereas in Japan, the coach that I was from, I'm not going to speak about for everybody, but just the coach that I worked with, even if you land a jump, they would first start looking at places where you can improve on. So I feel like a lot of the times that's the difference. ですね. And also before competitions, coaches, my home coach in America, we would have a specific playlist we would listen to and dance to. Whereas in coaches in Japan would literally go through a list of things that you need to think about while you're skating, being like, remember what I told you. You're like, your shoulders need to be like this. Don't forget to count to 3 before you jump this certain jump. And like they just give you a list. So yeah, and before you go on to competitions, I remember my coaches in America would be like, just go have fun. No matter what happens, like, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. That's the phrase they would use a lot. It's not the end of the world. 世界の終わりじゃないから、みたいな感じで、私のアメリカのコーチたちは押し出してくれてたんですけど、日本人のコーチの方は、なんか、結構プレッシャーかけられました。なんか、楽しんでおいでみたいな。もう、楽しんでおいでとか言われたことない気がします。なんか、わかってるみたいな感じだったのが結構、有利の、なのかな違いなんですかね。I feel like that's maybe where it comes from. But I also don't know because looking at Yuri's surrounding, I feel like people around him was very nice to him. I just think Yuri is basically like a perfectionist. So he tends to put too much on himself. Yeah. It might just be a cultural thing in general, not just like coaches. Because I never had confidence before going into competition. But, kids around me did. I would, you know what? No, take that back. Even kids, or, athletes, skaters who were really good at what they did, and even if they looked like they had confidence, a lot of them had, problems emotionally and mentally as well. I think it's really how they present themselves. Everybody, skaters, are going through so much. Like, even in the series, JJ seemed like he was gonna win the whole entire series, and yet the pressure got to him. and he popped all his jumps and stuff. And that really does happen. You never know what happens in competitions. I remember this one competition. I was in a group with people that was really good. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gone. Goodbye. Like the athletes' name themselves would really, literally just demotivate me. But, I feel like the pressure that they had them like mess up all their jumps, whereas I didn't have any pressure because everybody thought that I was going to lose anyway. Like just looking at the lineup of that competition, they were like, oh, like Sally has no chance. So I had basically zero pressure and I did so well, whereas the other skaters, messed up because the pressure got to them. So I feel like that's a key element to figure skating. Really, mental state is a very key thing to figure skating. ですね。あとは、during Yuri's performances, the crowd is almost silent except when he lands a jump. But for international skaters, the audience often sings along loudly to the music. So the script says, is the atmosphere for sports spectators different in Japan and America? I wouldn't say, I don't want to say just for sports. I would say this for concerts as well. Concerts, in America are a lot louder than they are in Japan. In Japan, they have specific fan calls or chants you do during songs. For instance, like if there is a song with like LOVE, like throughout the whole entire song, the only place that fans would scream would be during that LOVE part. Whereas in America, everybody just sings the song from start to finish. So I think that's just a cultural thing, not just for sports spectators, but just in general. ですね。なんでなんでしょう。日本確かにめっちゃ静かですね。なんでなんだろう。Why is the atmosphere? I want to ask actually because I wasn't a spectator. I was on the athlete side, but I don't know. なんでなんですか？見てるときあんま騒がないですよね。まあ、スポーツにもよると思うんですけど、I really think it depends on the sport, but でもI got a mosquito bite right now while I was talking. 話してるうちに首噛まれました。I got a bug bite, guys. Yeah, phrase of the day, a bug bite on my neck. But anyway, what was I talking about? Sports spectators. I would think, for instance, like soccer or baseball, when it's a team sport, the crowd cheers a lot. Like the cheer becomes motivation. But for sports such as tennis or figure skating, where, focusing on one thing is really important. And like before you serve a ball or before you make a jump, there's so many things going on in an athlete's head. I feel like the audience kind of allows the skaters or just players to focus on what they're doing. So they tend to not make that much sound. But even in Japan, once the skaters land several jumps and once the music kind of becomes a bit more energetic, they start chanting as well. So, yeah. One, I think it depends on the atmosphere and the music they choose. ですね。では。That's it for this episode of the Anime English Club. But that's okay. We ended kind of slowly, but we're going to continue exploring Yuri on Ice. So I will talk more about figure skating next week as well because I still have my jacket here. It's just rolled up, but I still have it here. You can listen to Anime English Club as a podcast and on YouTube, where you can follow along with transcripts and subtitles. You can adjust the speed however you want and listen as many times as you need to get comfortable with English. Listening over and over is really the key to mastering any language. For Japanese and English subtitles, go to youtube.com/anime-english-club or just search by the title. And the Anime English Club wants to hear from you. Please let us know any anime you'd like us to cover, or for specific lines, please tell us whose line it is and which episode it's from as well. or just any general English questions, we are waiting to hear from you. So please email us at aec@1242.com. That is aec@1242.com. You can email me in either Japanese or English. メールは日本語でも英語でも大丈夫です。ということで、来週は最終ですね。有料ナイス最終章でございますので、ぜひ聞きに来てください。また来週。From the Nippon Hoso podcast station, this is the Anime English Club, hosted by me, Sao Yamaki.This episode was written by Naoki Nakamura, edited by Naoki Yamazaki, directed by Hiroshi Kochi, all from Waltz Inc. Our executive producer is Shiori Tanaka for Nippon Broadcasting System Japan.